there, B-Siders. Welcome to another episode of Bravo for the B-Side. This is Danny.
And this is Jim.
And we got some news.
We do.
Yeah.
Give us news.
We're still plugging along, working on some scripty writing things.
Yep. All still going forward.
Mm-hmm. The Oscars just happened.
Yeah.
And Sinners got some recognition, which is great.
Absolutely.
Especially the director of cinematography.
Overall, we really don't care about the Oscars. But if you're going to have them, they should count.
Yeah.
And the fact that Sinners got some stuff and Michael B. Jordan, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was, to me, hands down, the best.
Yeah.
Of the year.
Oh, yeah. It was the best new movie, like blockbuster movie that we saw all year. Although I'm very excited for the one coming out at the end of this week. As of recording week, Project Hail Mary is coming out.
In a few days, yeah.
Yeah, and I really want to see it.
Yeah.
So.
On slightly smaller scale news, found out that Lowell Dean's Die Alone nominated for Best Motion Picture, and I can't remember the film festival. But it's pretty big it's a pretty big deal because I guess before now they didn't have a full-length feature category.
That's fascinating to me.
You know?
Yeah. It's the longest running film festival.
Motion picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we saw it, and listeners, we covered it. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was a great fucking movie. That also deserves some attention.
Yeah.
Because it was shot beautifully, just all kinds of things. Right. Go back and listen to the episode.
Yeah.
we have somebody else who would like a turn. Yeah.
So, on the heels of what was arguably last time a pretty bad movie.
Overall.
We have upped the game. And by that, I mean we found a movie that is also terrible with slightly better production quality.
Well, a little bit of a preface. So this is one that made the list while I was in recovery, laying in bed and either watching shit or watching trailers. And this one I actually started to watch on my own.
Yeah.
And I got to a certain point and I thought, nope, this absolutely.
We need to cover it.
Well, you need to see it. We can cover it or not, but I can't watch it alone.
I love that.
I watched a lot of stuff that, alone.
Not this, though.
And we shared it.
Yeah, we did.
And we're covering it.
What a treat.
It is. Would you like me to tell you about this movie?
Yeah, why don't you tell us?
All right. So this find is titled Camp Blood Clown Shark, done in 2024, directed by Jeff Kirkendall and Mark Polonia, written by Jeff Kirkendall, starring Anna Dainton, Jenny Russo, Jeff Kirkendall. The rating is TVMA, and we're getting this off of Tubi,
yeah,
of course. I love that the budget couldn't find a number, so you put in not much.
Yeah. That was my educated guess.
Yeah. So here's the log line. After being dispatched by a young woman with the special ability to see horrendous murders in her visions, the evil spirit of the Camp Blood Killer passes into that fiercest of aquatic predators, the great white shark. And when the killings begin anew, leaving law enforcement baffled, this courageous heroine must return to the woods of the infamous Camp Blood to face off again with a newly reincarnated killer before it's too late for everyone.
Yeah.
That doesn't even begin to cover the journey we're going to embark upon. So,
are we ready?
I'm ready.
Let's dive in.
Dive into it. Take us in.
My notes say Camp Blackwood. I don't know if this is a autocorrect typo or if it is what the super actually said.
No, it was Camp Blackwood sometime in August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lake. Well, I wondered because later there's a sign that says Camp Blood and the movie's called Camp Blood.
Yeah. But,
And
Camp Crystal Lake isn't right. That's not the name of the movie.
right.
So, you know how it goes.
Anywho, it's August. We're at a lake. Then there's a girl running through the woods and a clown is following her with an axe. We're off to a fairly good start, I think.
Well, clown mask.
Right.
Wearing a clown mask.
And outfit.
Well, yeah, and the outfit. But
Mhm.
he's not made up.
Yeah.
This isn't like clown, which
Yeah.
is fucking cool.
But I will say in the beginning, you can see that the clown has a white undershirt underneath the polyester clown suit. And it's also it's a plastic clown mask, and then there's a wig, a mohawk wig on top of it.
Yes.
So the difference in lighting on the girl versus the clown is insane. It's quite clear that they're not even in the same place.
There's, that comes up.
Many times. She sees the severed head and then apparently has a seizure. And then suddenly we're in a barn/shed sort of thing. There's a guy working on a tractor in here who I believe is the guy whose head was severed.
Yes. Severed head guy.
Yeah, severed head guy. So he goes out to investigate a noise, and then another dude comes over gripping his throat with blood. And the clown is suddenly behind him, but it looks like a totally different person wearing the costume. It's actually female now, whereas when it was chasing the girl, it was male.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just totally different person wearing the clown costume.
Filling in.
So I guess this is what that girl saw during her seizure.
Mm-hmm.
So then the clown is chasing her again, and she sees another body, and it's a body hanging on the opposite side of a tree. All we get is feet.
Right.
And then she sees that happen. So it's just another person getting killed with some like white, like poly rope.
Yeah, we see that later because these are all like her, just visions of real quick spots of something happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More running. There's a wild switch from day to night, and then she's suddenly at a canoe. And she shouts for the clown to lure him in. And when he gets there, and I don't think he's supposed to have been very far away, he's like at the edge of the woods looking at her. And she's yelling for him to come to her. And he goes over there, and then she's
Do you want to know what I put?
suddenly gone somehow.
She comes to a canoe that has a tarp on it. She calls to the clown dude to come get her. He shows up and she's gone. He was literally 20 feet from her. How the fuck did he not see where she went?
She pulled a vanish.
Yeah.
And then this clown is played by like several different people. Now his undershirt is red. And then the girl somehow found a bow and arrow, comes out and shoots the clown, and then takes his axe and beheads it. And she takes the mask off the head, spits on it, and then throws it in the water.
And on that, the water to the left of her is the lake.
Yeah, right.
She throws it straight ahead,
Yes.
which we know from the previous shot is continued land.
Right.
So, but we do hear a splash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Walking away, she's walking away and she sees this sign that says Camp Blood. And then we get the title, Camp Blood Clown Shark, but so far, no shark. So then we have super 6 months later. And we're at the lake edge and the mask is like superimposed on the water.
Yeah.
And it's a demonic mask apparently because the eyes are glowing.
Yeah, it's like they took a picture of two flashlights.
Yeah.
And then superimposed that over the mask.
Right. And then it's on a fish suddenly. And there's this woman talking on the phone about how much she needs this break at the lake that she's taking. And the girl she's on the phone with warns her about sharks. And then she pretends to get attacked by a shark.
Yeah.
And then we see the weird clown water fisheye thing. It's like the fish's point of view,
Yeah.
but underwater.
Well, and hearing her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we hear the girl screaming shark for like 5 minutes, but she does kind of sound like she's fucking a shark and not like she's getting attacked by a shark.
Right.
Not gonna do an impression
Sure.
because I just don't know that anyone needs. It's fine where it exists in the world
Sure.
within that film.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So from what I understand of this sequence, the clownfish hears her and then lures a shark there.
No. It hears her and then decides, oh, clown shark would be better than clownfish.
Oh, okay.
It decides to turn into a shark.
Oh,
That's what that whole bloop, 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 bloop,
yeah.
boom, superimposed shark body with the clown mask on it
Yeah.
is.
And then we see a styrofoam shark fin.
Yeah.
Then we were with 3 guys on a porch yelling at a guy inside for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the shark summoning girl. She seems shocked to have summoned a shark with all her crying about sharks and gets eaten.
So there's a lot of superimposing, a lot of rotoscoping. There's a lot of layers here.
Yeah, the shark is sort of phantomy, and then there's just like jaws superimposed on the screen.
Yeah.
And there's some pink water.
But to give credit, she did have blood on her, which is, we're way ahead of the last film
Right.
we covered.
Right? But anyway, she's dead now.
So yeah, then we cut to a train station. It's the woman from earlier walking with her bow. And then she says something about following the path now. And this is just very disorienting because there's no indication on what actually is going on. So I wrote, so I guess she arrived at the station
6 months later.
and isn't departing. Right?
Right.
Well, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, we cut to the police station. There's a woman yelling at the sheriff, and we find out she's the mayor. Apparently, the shark death has already made the papers. Now, this is a problem we've been having as of late with some things, stuff that we've watched, not even for the show. Okay, the audience, without someone standing there shouting at them what's going on, needs to know what's going on time-wise. Where are we?
Right.
What is this? So this just happened. This lady just showed up, right?
Yeah.
And the woman just died. So are we like hours, minutes, days? What's going on? So anyway, the mayor, of course, is riding the sheriff's ass about the autopsy report needing to come back as a freak accident. Because this is sort of like the Amityville thing.
Right.
With Jaws. We can't afford to not have tourists because this terrible thing happened 6 months ago. So now they're talking about some other incident, and I guess it was the one that we opened with, but I'm not sure because they were pretty vague.
Yeah.
And I had to fill in the pieces, and I didn't a whole lot. So now, because of this other incident, apparently there are people who are after the cousin of the killer.
Right.
Because, it's a family thing. And so, and I'm like, is that the dude that was being yelled at by the rednecks earlier? So then we don't have time to ponder that. We get back to the woman, Jerry, I think her name is. And she's at her big sister's place. She's unpacking. She's there to forget everything that happened. And they made it a point to mention that she's 2 states away now.
Right.
I still don't know where she is or where she came from. But I was also wondering, what did she do for 6 months?
Right.
So the sheriff is talking to Jacob, who is the dude that was being yelled at. So he's the cousin. Initially thought he might have been the brother. I wasn't, because I didn't.
Right.
The mayor's kind of got mumble mouth.
He does. Yeah.
She.
Kind of all of them do.
Well, yeah. The sheriff's got his own dialect going.
Yeah.
So it goes on about maybe how he's evil at the core, or his killer cousin may be still around. Then goes on about there are things in this world we do not understand. Apparently, people have thought him dead many times, but his spirit lives on. So this is a known issue in the family, it seems. This cousin who's a clown killer, or a killer clown.
Dialogue is so bad.
It really is not tight. Let's just say that. So, and then this goes on for a bit. It's just kind of repeating. It's very circular. And then we come back to the lake. We have an old fellow who's going to do some fishing from the dock. And then we hear this evil laughter from the water. And it's the stuff that we heard before. And it's this weird voiceover, echoey, doesn't fit, kind of demonic, evil thing. And then we see a shark fin. And then the man casts his line, takes a seat, and we wait and wait and wait. He sat there way too long.
Yeah, I did right in this moment. This is not exactly a high-octane film. And the weird, slow music loop is making it feel even slower.
Yeah, we'll talk about that towards the end, or at the end, with some about music selection. So, after all that waiting, we finally get a shark fin. And then we get a shark with a mask coming in the water. And so, again, this is a photo of a shark for the most part.
Right.
They do have one bit where the tail moves. So it's like they borrowed
a GIF.
or a 3D model that they might have leased or, paid for something really cheap because it looks like it. But I tell you what, it is not a great white shark.
No, I actually, because we had a little bit of contention about this earlier, I did look up tiger sharks, and I believe that it's a tiger shark.
See, I thought maybe, but
they have the dark stripes.
Yeah, but this also had like spots along the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then, is that it?
Yeah.
I thought they were just not as noticeable. Of course, the quality of the picture that they used could be in question too.
Yeah.
But either way, the whole world would know what it is not.
Which is a great white.
Exactly. So anyway, so he goes to run, and this picture of the shark with the mask superimposed on it literally comes across the screen, filling it.
I know.
There is this there is this weird blood splatter, digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like something actually was on the lens, and the shark finishes by, all of a sudden the guy disappears, and then there's a digital splatter on the dock, which wasn't like perspective shaped or anything.
No.
It's just like right there.
It's not the best of effects.
It is not, but there's more to go on that. So then we come back to Jerry. Now, she's dreaming about the clown dude from the beginning, and then somehow she sees the woman who got eaten.
That's a tiger shark for reference. I'm showing you a picture.
Okay, yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a tiger shark.
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking of bull sharks.
You are thinking of bull sharks.
Yeah, they have light stripes, not as many. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
Well, fuck it. Let's quit.
That's great radio.
Thanks for listening, folks.
And we're off.
Okay, so she sees the woman who got eaten, and then we both noticed this. So Jerry, she's laying in bed having her sleeping nightmare, dream, vision, whatever, and then they cut back a little bit, and her tit is hanging out of her shirt for no other reason than to claim nudity.
This is the best lighting she gets in the entire movie.
It really is. I guess they had to make sure if we're only going to get her to do one tit shot, then we need to do this well.
I know.
All right. So she sees an image of the clown shark and then wakes up. She's flustered. She goes to the bathroom, turns around, and sees the woman victim. And it's like a capture of her.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like a photo. And then it zooms in like it's coming at her, but it's in black and white. And then she wakes up again. So it was a dream in a dream.
I know. They do this a lot.
I know. So now we're with Jacob, who's being led along the woods or a road. I guess it depends how you look at it. The woods by the road or the road by the
It's next to
woods.
a field.
Well, you can see the road
Yeah.
when they're walking. Actually, while they're doing this, there's multiple times when there's 8 different locations for the same sequence.
Yes.
It's fucking wild.
It is, yeah.
So he's being led by 2 men in hooded robes. Now, this dude is not tied up. You can see that the ropes are basically just like laid over him
Yes.
and kind of like looped and stuff. And I thought Jacob doesn't have the will to live because surely he could do something about this situation. And then there's these weird sound effects.
I made a note of the weird sound effects too. I wrote, they're driving me nuts. Someone had fun with the stock sound pack.
Right? And they found the loop button.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, it was starting to get to me. Jacob is tied to a tree, and then one of the robed dudes has a torch, and it's got CGI fire on it, which I'm not going to criticize that.
Nope.
I will say this. Doesn't need to wait till the end. If you're going to do something like this, you can spend like 20 minutes to shape, because it's
Right.
an effect. It's a layover, right?
Yeah.
And you can sculpt it. So it's actually like more on the torch and has that V, from the stem upward. Maybe that's super picky, but I'm just saying, that could be done. Otherwise,
rather than just slapping a sticker of stock.
well, and you know what? It makes sense because working with actual fire at any time during the day is a fucking nightmare, because you have to control the light so well for it to make sense to exist or to be able to see it, like in daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And at night, obviously, then we got, blowout. Everything's dark and creepy, so we can accommodate for the flame, or we light for everybody, and the flame is like this heavenly,
Yeah.
So anyway, cool. They start saying, "Destroy the evil, burn it away." And then we hear him screaming. This is awesome. We hear him screaming, but the actor isn't actually screaming. In fact, for the first, I think, third to maybe half, his mouth's not even open.
Right.
So we're kind of off on that. And then suddenly Jacob wakes up. And I'm like, what is it with the people from this town? Right? So he hears the evil laughter outside. Mm-hmm. And what does he do? Throws his drawers on and goes out, sees a robed figure in the yard. It walks away, and guess what? He follows.
Like a fool.
Logically, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we're back to walking along the woods or next to the road, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, the color and lighting are all over the fucking place.
It is a wild ride. Yeah. It is a kaleidoscope of, you know what? It's like bingo ball.
Yeah.
Right? They got their little thing. They pull out a ball. What does it say? Shit lighting? Got it. Okay.
Most of them say shit lighting, but in different ways.
So there's some random whispers that are going on. And I actually kind of felt like they might have had something to do with it, but they're not at all clear. And it's not like we were listening to this on near mute.
No.
So I didn't go on with that. And then he goes into what looks like one of those sheds that you get.
Like a little Costco shed.
Yeah, that looks like a tiny home, kind of.
Yeah, like a she shed.
Nice, yeah, So he goes in there, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, duh.
He sees all these clown faces, which is a combination of a guy in actual clown makeup.
Yeah.
Right? Doing something.
And he actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, but it's in black and white, isn't it? Or is it just mostly?
It's just
I think it's the lighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the superimposed mask, and then we have the mask on the floor, and then we have this other thing. It's just this like kaleidoscope of stuff going on. And I mean, these are just really some kind of effects. And then a robed dude points a machete at him. Now, Jacob doesn't turn or he does. He turns to leave, but he can't open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then a clown mask from the floor jumps up onto his face. We hear some crunching sounds, some moans, and then his head explodes. And then we cut to him waking up from the nightmare.
Again.
Double nightmare.
For fuck's sake.
Yep. Twice in a row. And I wrote, not terrific.
I wrote, what is this, clown inception?
So then the phone rings and we get that weird laughter. again.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't tell, was it coming through the phone?
I
I mean, I
was
think it was
never
maybe
really sure.
because it sounds the same no matter what,
Yeah.
right? So did he like even answer the phone and it went, or did he like not take the call? I don't know
Or
because
is that the ringtone of the phone?
yeah, I have no clue. It was very confusing what actually was how this all mixed,
Yeah.
physical and audio. Now, the sheriff is talking to the three rednecks. He's asking them why they've been what they've been doing to Jacob. They deny that they've been doing anything, and there's just blah 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 blah. Nothing really, anything important is being said throughout this whole thing.
Our notes are so similar.
And then we get to when they start exchanging words about his Jacob's murderous cousin, and then that's it. Then we have some night shots of the lake, and then we're back to Jacob. We hear glass breaking. He grabs a knife,
A bread knife.
a bread knife. Grabs a knife and goes looking around, calling out the three rednecks. And it's a bread knife. So he sees a broken picture frame on the floor next to some really cheap wooden cross. I mean, this is the kind of shit you find at a craft fair.
It's a Dollar Tree wooden cross blank.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they could have picked up a much better looking cross for about the same price
At Goodwill.
as that simple one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we cut back to Jerry and her sister. Jerry comes down to breakfast. She's looking like shit. Tells her sister she's been having nightmares. Um, they go back and forth, and then she's like, "No, they were visions." And we could have just opened with that instead of the whole argument. I mean, she said she was having nightmares. Her sister's like, "Oh, it's not uncommon to have nightmares about what happened." No, I didn't have nightmares. I had visions. Well, then why did you phrase it like that? Anyway,
can I just read one line of my notes?
Please
here?
do.
If this movie moved any slower, it would rewind itself.
I love it. Yeah, this is not a white knuckle ride, any of this yet. So she tells her sister that she saw the evil mask. And then we're back to the lake with the sheriff. They're bagging up bits of, I guess, maybe the fishermen, since they already knew about the woman.
Yeah.
Or maybe it made the papers and they hadn't cleaned up. Again, no idea what in the fuck is going on. So, and I even have that. No fucking idea where we are on the timeline in this movie. And same thing, minutes, days, weeks, what's going on. So he goes to the car for no real reason. And then someone's calling to him over the radio. It's the mayor. And I love when they do that in films.
Yeah.
The mayor is like, might as well be living with the fucking sheriff.
He gets a radio call from the mayor, apparently.
I mean, what else does she have to do, apparently? So she asks, what the hell is going on? And I just put, what? How does she even know that he's out there doing something?
Right.
Right. And if I don't know what's going on, why does she get to know? But we don't see any explanation take place. So then we're back to Jerry and sister, and they're still talking about her visions.
We get it. She has visions.
Yep. And then Jerry starts talking about if she tried hard enough, she could control her visions. Maybe project her spirit into them. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I noted this discussion in that I thought her ability to project her spirit into these visions seems pretty ambitious for a film that has no budget. More
but
superimpositions
in each
ahead.
vision, she's all glowy.
Yeah.
So they did spend some money on some not oral, but aura, you
know. So also, meanwhile, Jacob got beat up by those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're back with the fishing guy that died earlier in the movie. And I wrote SG, but her name is Jerry. I was just calling her Survivor Girl. She's there now, and she just stands there, and the fisherman dies anyway.
Can I just comment?
Yeah.
Because I put in here, there is this really hyped music playing, and it is way out of touch with the scene.
It's incredibly out of touch.
It has robbed it of any emotional or tension, emotional impact or tension or anything. It was just like, oh, someone turned on NPR.
Yeah. And then she's back talking to her sister, who is saying this is all in her head. They talk more about these visions. And Tina, her sister Tina, is rightfully skeptical of a shark with a clown face. But Jerry insists that the killer has come back as a shark. And I think that a movie about Jerry's experience before this movie happened would be a lot better than this.
Probably.
They could have just done that movie.
Yeah, because I also noted at this point there's the obvious banter.
Yeah.
That you would predict would be written. I mean, it's very, trope.
Yeah.
But it also goes on for a while.
For a long time.
Circular.
Yeah.
Circular.
Same conversation over and over again. So now Jacob is cleaning himself up in the mirror. And while he is reminiscing about his beating.
You missed an important part.
Okay.
During this is when Jerry decides she needs to go back.
Oh, yeah.
To Camp Blood.
Yeah. Okay. So while he's reminiscing about getting beat up, he hears the laughing and sees the clowns again. And then his eyes are like the red laser things, and he walks out.
Yeah, like he's in a daze.
Yeah. So we're back to Jerry. Yeah, I could go through here and replace every SG with Jerry. Jerry and Tina. And Tina's taking a bath. Boobs.
Yeah, this was the holy grail, the mother lode. This is where the nudity stamp
2 titties
got placed. Well, full nudity. Yep, yeah. And both boobs unhindered. And what you pointed out was a tub with a really old faucet.
Good God.
Like, God, that faucet's old. I'm like, well, look at that tub is old.
I know.
Like, and look at that fucking wall. Look.
It's like a 30s bathroom in there. So Jerry is on her laptop looking up stories about the murders, and they're adorable. These news stories on her laptop.
The newspaper quote clippings. Yeah. Oh my God.
They're cute. We go back to Tina, and it looks like she's farting in the tub, but then the mask comes up in the water, and then it goes back down. And then the clown is there suddenly strangling her.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry hears and gets up, but then Tina is still alone in the bathroom. Right?
Yeah.
The clown's strangling her, and then it vanishes. And Jerry comes in, and they make out like there are marks on Tina's neck, but they're barely.
Before Jerry comes in, she was choking herself.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought the clown disappeared and she was just holding her neck.
It was just a vision. No, she was going like this, and then Jerry comes in and she, has let go. And then, they're looking at her. She's got marks on her neck, and I wrote, they're surprised. But I mean, if you strangle yourself, you will leave marks. So
yeah.
Anyway.
So then Jerry is leaving Tina's with an outfit that screams main character energy.
And I also had to note this because this bugged the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So I guess her sister had 2 cars.
Right.
Because she leaves in a car. I want to say something about that. And then there's still another car.
Mm-hmm.
But she got off a train and fucking walked to her sister's.
Yeah.
Because she did that whole Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk thing. Ding, ding, ding. Walking the sad walk. Like, where did she get a fucking car? Or she just taken one of her sister's 2 vehicles?
Yeah, she's taken one of her sister's 2 cars.
But I got to say, it took her for fucking ever to back up out of that driveway.
It really did.
I mean, it's not like she backed down a 40-foot long driveway. She had about 6 feet to the road.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those driveways that has like a little hump to it to get up on the road. And I guess she was afraid of scratching someone's car. Because
it takes a while.
I mean, kids with learner's permits do better.
Okay, let's get through this.
Yep.
Okay. So, she's got her bow, a leather jacket. Tina tells her to be careful, and she drives off very slowly. Then we're with the sheriff, and the coroner is just saying it's a mess. A wild animal, maybe. And we see it, and it's literally just little tiny, like spirit Halloween organs in a metal pan. Like a metal medical.
Oh, I put it was a Tupperware because it looked white at first, and I couldn't tell if it was the light reflection or it was like one of those like ceramic coated.
It might just be a regular pan, and he's just poking him around. and he sees a tooth in there, a fucking huge one that couldn't possibly have been missed.
We're talking a megalodon tooth.
Yeah. And he goes, this might be a shark.
Yeah, I don't know, scientist. This could be a shark. But, let's go back to that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos, because they did have a brain piece in there, some assorted other things, and they did exactly what you said last time.
Blood.
Drench it.
Yeah.
Drench it.
Yeah.
They were gooey and sticky.
Drown it in blood.
Yep. And everything. And you just, other than that tooth fiasco, solid marks
Yeah.
for giving us something to look at.
Yeah.
But
if you gave me a box of body parts, I would go, there's no way. Well, first of all, I'm not a coroner, but let's pretend I was for a second.
Sure.
There's no way I can do an autopsy on this.
Well, yeah.
Where are the bones?
I would rule the death is not natural. And maybe cause undetermined.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to spend a lot of time on that. Take longer to write it out. Clearly.
Cause of death is clearly being torn apart.
Yeah, by something.
By something.
Yeah.
Torn apart somehow by something. So then we're with Jerry, and she's listening to like terrible scratchy radio, which is just a looping track again.
Mm-hmm.
And it statics out, and she like has a fit about it. And then the clown is ahead of her on the road, and she accelerates, but then goes through, and it was like a hologram clown.
Or like she imagined him, or he was a ghost.
Yeah.
But I need to stop you here.
Okay.
Because this is a very important piece that I will go on about. But she was driving on a highway.
Mm-hmm.
And she was driving on first she was on a gravel road, and then she was turning the curves on a 2-lane paved highway. And when she sees Ghost Boy, it's on, I don't even know what to call it. It's just like where the 2 tire tracks.
Yeah, it's like a carriage path almost.
Yeah, so I just put like, the tire track road. So clearly like on somebody's field. And this isn't like, hours later. This is literally continued. So this is what I was talking about, these multiple fucking scenes.
It's insane.
For the same sequence.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It seems like it would have been much easier just to do it anyway. Not my business. Not enough shark up in this movie. So then we're back to the rednecks. And I'm not sure why, but they're already gone. And I think maybe it's shark time because now we're in the water. Like we see them briefly and then I'm like, ooh, shark time? Because I'm really missing some shark here.
Oh, you missed the whole section.
Nah, I think I just glazed over anytime.
So the rednecks go in looking for Jacob, right? One of the dudes, so they split up and look for him because he's not there. One of the dudes sees an image of Jacob.
Nope, I wasn't there yet.
Oh. You ran through paved highway. Yeah.
So anyway, we go back to the water. Back to the boys. They're at Jacob's. And I think a mirror showed Jacob flipping one of them off. And then Jerry told him to get out of the house or die.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to leave. They're there because he was supposed to have left town.
Oh, okay.
Because of his murderous cousin.
Oh, yeah, that tracks. So, back to Jerry, who's now sitting in the back seat of her car and then driving again. And then
I just wrote, she's in the back seat for a laydown?
Yeah.
I thought she had urgency here.
I know.
Because every time she wakes up and it's like, I got to get going. Like nobody was stopping you.
What were you doing in the back seat?
It's not like you passed out. It wasn't a vision thing. You literally made all the moves to get back there and cuddle up.
Yeah. So then the redneck guy who saw all that stuff in the mirror is like, I think I know where Jacob is going. And I'm like, how? What is happening?
Because it's the one dock on the lake.
Oh my God. Back to the clown shark.
So then we cut to the clown shark. And then we cut to the rednecks running.
It's the same clip of the clown shark every time.
All the
by
time.
The way.
Yep. There's only 3 different clips.
Yeah.
The and the sort of maybe
the wiggly
dude, and then the kill, which is just that big giant thing that fills the whole screen going from left to right. So anyway.
It's like a swipe, but with a clown shark.
Yep. Very slow one.
Yeah.
So the rednecks are running to the lake. Finally they get there. They don't see Jacob. But then as they get there, Clown Shark, I guess, was jumping out of the water, or was he
Floating.
flying,
It's floating.
floating? And then it happened again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that didn't last long enough to see specifically for me anyway. So they see it.
Magic demon clown shark.
Got it. They see it and decide to shoot it. Now, these guys shot in every fucking direction but in front of them.
Yeah.
So you can guess, obviously, that's not going to do it. And then I guess they like suddenly realized we're not doing shit, we're terrible, or whatever, but they just all of a sudden
Run.
tuck tail and run. And then we hear footsteps. And then one of the rednecks who was hiding behind a tree gets his throat cut. And then the other two are calling to him. Redneck 2 is stabbed from the front. But we had like 2 solid minutes of POV from behind him.
Yeah.
Sneaking up. Almost
incredibly slowly.
I know, almost too far to
So
the side
slowly.
where you're like, I don't care how bad your peripheral vision is, you would see somebody coming at you at that angle. Because it's past the 180 mark. But anyway, all of a sudden, he's stabbed. And then the last redneck is running like hell, and Jacob is chasing him. And we can tell it's Jacob because of his shirt, but
Yeah.
he's got the clown mask on. Or no, we haven't seen his face yet.
No, but it's
his
just
belly.
his blue polo shirt.
Yeah. So, and then the same thing happens. He suddenly is like there where the last redneck is and then stabs him. So then Jerry wakes up in her car again.
Yeah, no, she's apparently seeing all this happening in real time, which means that she's not traveling very far at all.
No, and I wrote, I mean, what the fuck is going on with this woman? Does she have narcolepsy?
Yeah.
Because
she's back on that same road we last saw her on.
She drives both directions on that same fucking little trail road thing, and then intermittently with the different lighting for the daytime or the sunset, whatever, on the gravel road.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do actually, I think, get one more highway shot in here too. Crazy as shit. Okay.
Why?
So she starts driving again. And I had on that same stretch of tire trail road. So now the sheriff is looking at pictures, just kind of like random, almost like somebody took a bunch of screen grabs from earlier shots of
the film.
And just like printed out a frame here and there before they were processed. So then the doctor calls, tells him the lab says the tooth is from a great white shark. Which, by the way, is not the picture that they're using. I wanted to note that.
I wrote, I've seen enough Shark Week to know my sharks.
Yeah, we have. So, okay. They're still talking about it and not telling us anything. I wrote that because they're just going blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, it's a great white shark, and my struggle for suspension of disbelief and acceptance of the plot line didn't wipe me out from paying attention to what's going on. Just nothing was going on. And
they're
then,
baffled.
Well, and then we see the clown shark because
Mm-hmm.
you need to have just that picture of the shark, the picture of the mask in the water doing nothing. And then we see Jerry running into the sheriff's office. I love this bit. Telling him the killer is back. Then the fucking sheriff asks if he knows her.
I almost died.
I just wrote, what? In about 1,000 question marks.
He says, hey, don't I know you?
Right? She's the survivor of the big murder spree that just took place 6 months ago. I'm pretty sure somebody fucking spoke to her from the law enforcement agencies. I mean, I don't know if she was passing through or lived there, but I mean, come on. Then he remembers her as a blah, 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 blah. She just kind of like tries to avoid it. He remembers her as the one who took out the killer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lost, and I'm trying to find the disconnect in this conversation.
I know.
But there's so many things going on. There's just, it disconnects on multiple levels.
He's cartoonishly skeptical.
Yeah. And then I just put blah blah, her trying to convince him to get on board. It's excruciating. And I had to note this, that Jerry's mad face, this actor, I'm sorry, but it just always looks like she's gonna start crying.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be real stern and I'm like, my dear, you look like you're gonna burst into tears. This is not intimidating. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even know how to explain this. We cut to the shark eyes, the two red bulb things,
Yeah.
and then the mask appears, and then the jaws of a shark,
Yeah, just
like
the
just the
jaws.
bone,
Yeah.
right? For whatever. And then we cut to the sheriff driving. Now they're in her car, but he's driving.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And he says to Jerry, "Are you sure you don't want to tell me what's in the back seat?" And then we cut to it, and it's just her fucking bow.
Very obviously.
Yeah. And then he asks, or he says, "I'm sure it's something you have a permit for." I don't even know how that works. But anyway, don't care. And there's just jibber jabber about the visions, great whites, the camp blood killer. Then they finally get to the lake. Oh, and there was 2 more shots of different roads.
Yeah.
In that span. So actually, it's a field. They didn't get to the lake. They for some reason parked in a field, and they have to run
through the woods.
Yeah, it's just past the woods.
Yeah.
And then they're in the woods, and then they're not, because it's more like a field with like woods. Again, is it the road or the woods that's supposed to scare me? Because you got a little bit of each going on. I'm not sure what you're wanting from this.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they find a redneck on the ground. And it's just a shot of the dude with superimposed blood splatters. There's 3 of them. One is on his face.
Yeah.
And then there's one to the left of his head and one to the right of his head. And the blood splatters that they use, the 2 that are all 3 of them have a dark hole in the center. It's supposed to be a gunshot.
Yeah.
So it's like somebody shot the earth next to him.
Yes.
And it bled.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught that.
It's amazing.
So then they find another, and then they see Jacob standing by the lake. Sheriff pulls his gun, tells Jacob to surrender. Jacob is just standing there, looking out over the water, and then we hear bubbles. And then we see the mask. And an axe rises out of the water like Excalibur.
It's true.
Hearkening to Arthur.
I know.
The time has come.
Amazing.
So Jacob picks up the mask and puts it on as the axe flies into his hand. So the sheriff shoots. We have some digital blood splatters, but there are no bullet holes in his shirt ever. And no actual blood.
I wrote, the scene is so strangely cut, I can't help but admire its awfulness.
It has a level of interest for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, Jacob ends up killing the sheriff, and then Jerry runs off. Jacob follows. And I got to say, she really sucks at running away from a killer, because in the beginning, it was like, can you even be bothered to do like a light jog? It was like she was power walking.
Yeah. But to be fair, Jacob is running after her like his pants are about to fall down.
Well, hold on.
He's got that like wasty waddle.
Well, yeah, hold on. I put it's a repeat of the earlier chase, only Jacob looks and sounds like he's going to stroke out if he tries to run after her any faster.
Yeah.
Because he's like... And he has that waddle,
waddle, yeah.
The stroke swagger. I mean, what is it? But he looks like the dude is not cut out to be a killer.
His pants are too big and he doesn't have a belt on.
And the best part is she's not fucking outrunning him.
No.
By much. Then anyway. So I just wrote, it's a terrible chase scene. She finally makes it to the car. I love this too. She gets to the car and she looks like fucking puzzled by it. I'm like, what? Okay. Then Jacob arrives. And then she is standing by a tree with her back to him. He goes to hit her with his axe and she vanishes. So I guess she's magic now.
Yeah, this is not explained.
Well, she's projecting herself but she's not having a vision.
It's poorly explained.
I mean, that's the only thing I got from it. So anyway, she comes up from behind him and shoots arrows into him. And then she lights. You can see it's clearly a thing of Kleenex wadded up on an arrow. She lights it and it immediately starts to burn up. Shoots him with the fire arrow, and digital flames, and he goes down and vanishes.
Yeah.
Right?
His
Leaving just the
body's
mask
gone.
behind. Yeah. So this time we see her burying it instead of throwing it into the lake.
Yeah.
And it's this whole blah, 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 blah.
She puts it almost like a full inch deep.
I've got like 4 sentences to go, right? But this whole thing took a lot longer.
Yeah.
Than what it's going to take me to read this. So she buries it, yeah, and she sticks an arrow into it. And I wrote, because that's what you want to do, is to show everyone where this thing is.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to walk through a forest, see an arrow sticking straight out of the ground. Nobody's ever going to think to walk over and pull it up. That's not what we do. We don't have that level of curiosity. We're not intelligent creatures with curious minds. We're like, what the fuck's that arrow doing there? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Anyway, and then we hear a heartbeat. And then the mask is somehow partially uncovered by the dirt.
Yeah.
And then the flashlight eyes shine red again. And then
witchy laugh.
Yep. We're out.
It's over.
It's done.
Finally.
That is Camp Blood Clown Shark.
Cha-cha.
Wah, wah, wah.
We should get our soundboards up and running someday.
Oh, I know. Well,
should we talk about this thing?
I think there's a lot of things to talk about. Should we get to it?
Yeah. Now, as far as lighting, acting, writing, sound design, editing, filming in general, I've never seen anything more chaotic in my entire life.
It lacked a through line, technically, to be sure.
Yeah. I mean, because first of all, pick your killer.
Let's hang on that one for a bit.
Okay.
I got some technical stuff to talk about, but that's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Because it's Camp Blood Clown Shark.
Yes.
So we've got a killer clown, killer clown in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then we got a clown fish.
Right.
And then we have a clown shark.
Yeah.
And then we have a possessed brother. And then the fucking killer clown keeps showing up. He's there, he's not.
Randomly.
He's a specter. And then we have the robed guys who had no part in this whatsoever, other than those who don't know where they came from and don't know where they went. So.
Well, they were a dream. But were they? Well, and also the clown himself or herself, as it were, is played by like 4 different people.
Well, they ended up stringing up Jacob.
Yeah.
And that was real because she, found him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we learned it was him because of that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the beginning. But, what? I don't know. I mean.
What acid-laced fever dream?
I'm just trying to think, how would Friday the 13th have gone? And let's go the second one, part 2, because that's the one with Jason, right? How would that have gone if it was Jason and his mother? And because even though she was killed, I mean, that's not a obstacle to bring someone back.
Right.
And then
a monkey.
Yeah, and then his cousin, who maybe had a monkey, right?
Right.
And it's like, so is this a murder group? What is going on? Because this isn't like something possessing.
No.
It's 3 separate entities. And
all at the same time.
Yeah.
And then there's the shed clowns.
Yes. Which they played that one footage again I can't remember for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. It didn't have anything to do with anything. But I mean, here's the thing. When you're writing a slasher, you need to have a slasher, right? And you need to stick with it. All of those other moments with those other folks could have been spent on the clown shark, because there was not enough clown shark. There was
There was
some,
at least 40 minutes of this movie that could have been replaced by clown shark.
absolutely, and it didn't have to be water, right?
No,
Because we've had so many shark movies.
I
Sharks in
mean,
the snow, sharks in the sand, sharks in
graveyard
the rock,
shark.
graveyard shark. We have swamp sharks.
Yeah,
We have reformatory sharks. That we just saw one, sharks into hood.
yeah,
So I don't even know where that's going to come down on. But anyway, yeah, who was who was the killer? Seems like
right?
everybody,
Yeah.
because the rednecks were like all ready for it, so they'd have been killers too.
Oh, yeah.
They just got dusted by the guy they were trying to kill, because the guy they were trying to kill was possessed by his clown cousin, who's also the clown shark.
Hmm.
Or is it just the mask? I mean, I don't know.
I'm
That's
not
kind of the thing.
sure.
I don't like that level of ambiguity.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be afraid of
I mean, that's pretty much
from
it.
this movie.
Because you see the clown shark, and it's like, oh, something's going to happen. And then you see some guy in the woods, you hear footsteps. Right away, you're like, what? And there's just a lot of that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of easy to take you out of any of the moments, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Um, Technical stuff. You kind of nailed it. It was chaotic. No, just from one thing to the next, it was
Yeah.
just different. It's so. Here's a good example. We paused for a second, right? I think it was to say goodnight to Midge,
Yeah.
whatever. And I paused when Jerry was talking to her sister, and I hit. It's that one moment where you find that one frame that's in the whole film that you pause on. That is the worst frame to freeze
Yeah.
on for that particular actor. She looked ridiculous, but you could see how bad the lighting was
Oh
in
my
the still.
gosh. And it was from shot to shot, like angle to angle within the same scene.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different lighting.
To me, it felt like they lit everything, shot a scene, and then they shot, the reverse or, different angle, but they didn't move the lighting.
75% of the time, um, Jerry and Jacob were so washed out
Yeah.
that they looked like their skin had a nuclear glow to it almost.
Yeah. One thing about Jerry, though,
Mhm.
and this is something, I don't know if it was intentional, or, who thought it up or who did what, other than her boob hanging out for no reason,
Yeah.
right? The fact that they kind of kept at a very base level some of these characters real, I'm not a woman, but I'm married to one. And I know what pajama time looks like.
Yeah.
Right? In most of these movies, okay, especially if it's Last Girl Standing, and it's going to be her because she's the one who's got the nightgown that comes up to her chin
Yeah.
and everything. So technically, yes, her boob could slide out at any time because she's wearing like a muscle shirt, big oversized.
Yeah, it's like a tank top.
Yeah, like a tank. And you can see she's not wearing a bra. And why would you?
Right.
She's, in bed or in for the night,
Yeah.
whatever. I actually I stuck that in my head is that is it's kind of out of place because it's so genuine, right? Her sister, not so much. Really didn't get like enough of her to be like, because she, other than her, oh, how natural she's butt naked for a bath. Way to let loose,
Yeah.
Um, the sheriff's outfit.
His plastic sheriff badge.
Yeah, that keeps shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much for the rest of them. Like one redneck, we got like the three different kinds of rednecks, right? So we got the guy with the shirt and the hat.
Yeah.
We got the guy who's like the little geeky dude with glasses, but he's like a redneck and he's supposed to be like, maybe he's the bossy one because he's the little pipsqueak. And
Yeah.
then we got a guy with, long hair, leather biker vest, no shirt on underneath.
Yeah. Tats.
Yeah. And he, in every fucking scene, he's like looking, they're all looking at something off camera, right?
Yeah.
That's the point of focus. And this fucking guy's looking around like the banshees are flying around him.
He is.
He's never in the same direction.
He is. And also, the most important thing to him is his hair. He was constantly adjusting his hair.
Yeah, even to the detriment of his friends.
Yeah.
You're getting killed. Hold on. Gotta fluff.
Hold on.
Gotta fix my feather.
Yeah.
Yeah, feather it back, feather it back. There we go. All right. And I mean, it wasn't the worst that this, I mentioned this to you. This movie is leaps and bounds beyond Christmas Bloodshed
It is.
in terms of quality, effects, everything.
I would also call it better than Birdemic, but not by much.
No.
It's close.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah.
Very close. And I think if Birdemic didn't have that musical number,
Yeah.
it would have been a little further behind.
I think so.
This movie did not need a musical number. So lessons from just this first bit, right? You've got to have consistency. You have to show that you are in control of your production, right? And I don't know how many crew because we didn't watch the credits to see who
It was
did what.
chaos.
But yeah, there was just not enough consistency on the technical aspects. Now, Christmas Bloodshed, one of my biggest gripes was that why is every shot a different color?
Yeah.
Right? Why couldn't you have the same amount of brightness? And what's with the road clips and driving different
Right.
times and way, and one way time it's a different direction, and then
Right. Why? It almost seems like it would be harder to do it as discordantly as they did.
from an editing standpoint, I can say at a very simple level, it's way too much work for very little, especially since they don't match.
Yeah.
They could have just looped the one. Better yet, not even show it.
I mean,
Just show her in the car.
they could have cut out a whole lot of this movie.
Right? Yeah, the script wasn't very tight.
No, they were like desperate for stuff to fill screen time.
Yeah. And which I think is some of the blah, 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 blah that went on that didn't take us anywhere or do anything. There was weirdly a lot of exposition, but I still feel like we came away not fulfilled.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of words, not a lot being said. So that's kind of a down point. Now, the shark.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, I grew up watching when Saturday Night Live came out in the 70s and, those early seasons when they came up with Land Shark.
Yeah.
Which was markedly better than this superimposed picture,
yes.
right? But I'm going to still give them credit for effects because number one, they were at least consistent. When you saw the shark fin, it was the same one.
Yes.
You knew it. This paper mache thing they put in the water, and I'm like, I wonder how long that lasted. And then the three different angles: the side, the front face, and then the weird angled one where the tail goes whoosh whoosh.
Right.
Yeah. Three different angles of the clown mask. It was consistent, but they did a pretty good job with the gore. Right? There was a lot of throat cutting, and you can't, thousands.
That was what you'd expect from a no budget movie.
Yeah, but they at least did it.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas that was the thing of Camp Bloodshed or Camp Christmas Bloodshed.
Bloodbath.
Oh my God, they're just starting to come together.
I know.
Christmas Bloodbath was very much lacking.
Yeah, it was. It was dry.
So yeah.
It was wet.
Other than the little faux pas with the digital blood, they did have a lot of practical stuff.
They did.
Right, especially in the After Effects. Yeah. So to me, I guess you can say it's cheap, which you know it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is always the thing. I don't know if it was the intention to make the viewer feel this way with these effects, like they were like leaning into it, kind of thing, which I kind of feel maybe they were. But even talking about these technical bits and stuff, this movie was fun to watch. It's chaotic, it's hard to follow,
Yeah.
but it is so.
We were laughing a lot.
I mean, we were. And I don't know if that's what you want from a horror that's not a horror comedy.
Well, to be fair, well, actually, you know what? Not to be fair. We watch a lot of horror movies, but we're not easy to like scare, right?
That is true.
But I don't think this movie would scare anybody.
No. Well, Lil came out, viewed it.
And she hates horror movies.
Yeah.
They frighten her.
But we showed her. Oh, she came out just right after the shark
The
attack
fisherman
scene.
death.
Yeah. So we rewound it quick for her. Now, unlike Christmas Bloodbath, she was not taken. She gave it a hard pass and went to bed.
Yes. She went, no, thank you.
Not because of any gore. Her actual words.
She just didn't have time for it.
Her actual words were, "Oh my God, this is so you. You guys watch this stuff way too much." We tried to sell it to her, but she wasn't buying it.
No, she wasn't buying it.
No. But overall, it was fun.
It was.
You know, if we didn't have to take notes, we could have got a little more relaxed. But yeah, it's that's kind of the goal, right? But let's talk about some other technical aspects of this fun film.
Yeah.
Music. Other than Sleepless in Seattle, which I love the movie, but the worst soundtrack ever. Every fucking piece of music in that movie pulled me out from the first time I saw it, even till now. I know it's coming. I try to fight it. Nope, too late. It's pulled me out. Pulls me out of the moment. This was not simply the wrong choice of rock music, stuff.
Oh.
This was a mishmash of royalty-free stock music.
Yeah.
Holy
looped
shit.
Inappropriately and for way too long.
And most of it did not fit any. Like I said, there was that super intense music.
It was very discordant.
That was wasted. It could have been
in the chase scenes instead of them playing the Jeopardy type music that they were playing.
Yeah, they could have used that as like the end track to when she kills him.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, they have this like weird Jeopardy bing, 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 boom, bing, bing, boom, bing, bing, boom, bing, bing, boom, bing, boom. And the music itself is discordant. It's not like a riff.
No.
Right? It just goes. And then there's an attempt for some rock music, which is, I guess, the friend of a friend who has a band.
Yeah, something like that. But then there's also, I mean, not just the music, but the entire sound design. So 60% of the movie, the dialogue that you hear is from the character's back. So you don't actually see their mouth moving.
Yeah.
So obviously they had to redo a bunch, I think, for this movie. I don't know what.
Well, here's the deal. So we're talking. All right. So say we have, say Kyle's here. He's filming us. One camera on you, one on me. Right. Not going to do the reverse shot. Going to do them both at once.
Yeah.
Right. Because he's got the money for it. Now, I sound like this. Right. But then when you talk, you sound like this, even though we're in the same place at the same time.
Right.
And I feel like that's because they had one microphone. And maybe the sound guy's like, the way this is set up, there's no fucking way. I'm going to get I'm going to get one of them kind of good. And then we'll just let the rice fall where it may for the others. Because that's just it. Because they don't do a lot of reverse shots.
They don't.
There's a few. But yeah, a lot of the conversation is talking out of the back of their neck.
Yeah.
At the camera. They're like, well, why?
I know.
You at least did the dialogue. And that's the other thing, too. If they had to record the dialogue, they didn't do anything to match anything that was going on anywhere. Right?
No.
Now, and I will admit, if nobody knows how to do it, you can't. Right? Because I've toyed with stuff. I play with things on here
Yeah.
because, we want to do some projects. And I've thought about that. Like Quarantine Rex, right? We still have to do the weird voiceovers.
Oh, yeah.
Which are basically you just
The Foley work.
the lines.
Yeah.
But I have to make those match the either, a little bit echoey like it's in the kitchen or a little bit tighter like it's in an office. So I play with things like that. And I can tell you this is why people go to school for this shit.
Yeah.
Or start when they're 11 years old, get the software, and by the time they're 20, they're fucking masters at it because they got nothing but time, right? But you get someone like me, well, I'm interested in this shit and I want to learn it, but we barely have time to do this.
I know.
And that's why not every episode sounds exactly the same. And
our brains aren't getting any, less plasticky, right?
No.
Or more plasticky.
This is as good as it's going to get.
Hey, yo.
But anyway, so I know how hard it is, but I also know how easy it is. Because ever since our first talk with Kyle, and he was talking about when they were scouting locations for the chair.
Yeah.
Right? How they found a spot and visually it was like fantastic. And Kyle was like, absolutely not. You're going to get so much fucking echo. You're not going to be able to mix it out no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, shit. Okay. That's right. So they found a good location, obviously.
Yeah.
And it is a bit echoey, but it lends to the environment. But yeah, he was talking about like, there's just no way we can dampen this down. It's too much space, too many angles, too big kind of thing. But anyway, so it's difficult.
Yeah.
And I've said that so many times. I absolutely appreciate people who do sound mixing. Well, who do any of it? Because I'm not, quote, kind of good at any of it. I can get by, right? But not at any like super level. Very amateurish.
Right.
I'm an indie sound person. Kind of.
Sort of.
Sort of. But
you do the sound design for our podcast.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
5 years rolling it. Anyway, the effects, the practical stuff, honest effort.
Yeah.
Right?
Earnest effort?
Nope, honest effort.
Okay.
Earnest effort is like try, but
really
then you just like,
go.
fuck it, whatever. The practical stuff, I could see that they spent the dollars that they had that they could on that stuff.
Yeah.
And it paid off. And it comes down to like the blood, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't pink. It wasn't.
No, it was decent blood.
Yeah, it was decent. It was, low end stage blood.
Yeah.
That you could get, Halloween Express, whatever. That fucking shark. I don't know where I fall on that. Is it like kitschy? Is it what made it fun?
There's a real question, isn't there?
I mean, there really is.
When you superimpose a 2-dimensional creature onto a film, right?
Yes.
And what you create in that liminal space, right? The temporary space that a film occupies.
Mm-hmm.
What you create is something that should not exist. Something that exists in more planes than you're capable of reconciling.
Sure.
And I don't know. Is it charming in some sort of way?
I mean, kind of. I mean, all these are. I mean, that's the whole thing of indie film. And it's not patronizingly that I say that. Right?
No.
Because, we were just, talking a little bit ago about how we find the weirdest shit.
I mean, dream big, right? They could have written within their budget. They could have just had a clown killing people.
Right.
But they wanted a clown shark.
Yeah, and
they figured out how to do it.
They made it happen how they could make it happen.
Right.
Right.
And there's something admirable about
a long time ago, we saw 2 different horror movies, same concept, where in each of them, you never actually saw the monster or
Right.
creature or force or anything, right?
Hmm.
They didn't even pretend to make it like an invisible thing, right? You just never saw it. There were tracks, there were this and then that. Um, One, it worked super well. And we were like, man, that was just like an extra layer of creepy,
Yeah.
right? But I wish I knew what the hell that they were looking at. Looked so terrifying, right? But it
Hmm.
was money. Now, the other one was done so poorly that it didn't sell,
Yeah.
right? But I get it. In both instances, either creatively or financially or both, the decision was made about a killer that we just don't see, right? And it wasn't like first person,
Right.
right? Um, One was like a person type creature. Another one was supposed to be like desert rodents or some shit,
Right.
or a plant rodent, something. Anyway, it it could have gone kind of that way with this, right?
Right.
We could have actually had like an actual Jaws situation where
Where
instead
you
of
don't see it.
where you don't see it until the very end, or like hints of it, like the shark fin.
Right.
Okay, we could have worked with that, and it would have been wild to see some things go on, and then the reveal of the clown shark,
Yeah.
right? This shark wearing a mask. Okay, I would have bought that.
It feels a
But
little Velocipaster-esque. That sort of bait and switch situation.
because of the poster,
Like you wait the whole time, and then at the end it's just, like superimposed shark wearing clown mask.
yeah. I know, because you pointed at the poster. That has no right to make
That
that
poster does
poster.
not have any right. Because on the poster for this on Tubi, as it stands now,
Mhm.
the image is of
An actual great white.
right. It's like it's a great white, but it's a sort of like uh cartoony almost shark,
It was a
right?
photoshopped clown face, like clown makeup
Right.
on the shark.
Onto a shark.
Yeah,
Right? Like it's got the red mouth and the dark eyes
the
and
red tip
yeah,
nose, and yeah.
which would have been better
Well,
in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it would have. I'm sure that they probably thought, man, that poster makes our shark look like shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the
Or
kind of thing about
we should just
posters.
gank that image off the poster and swap it in.
I mean, they could have for all the,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, ask the guy, can you make this shark at a profile? Because then we're set.
Yeah.
We should just use both pictures.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I
mean, they could have, but again, there's a lot wrong and a lot to learn what not to do, and visual examples of, if I do a project, I'm going to have to make sure I really am tight on this, whatever it is, the lighting, whatever catches your eye as you're watching it,
Well, yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it is still, someone made it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun. Again, I don't think people shouldn't be laughing as much as we were.
Story-wise, a mess.
Yeah. This had a little bit of a lot of stuff
Too much.
in
They were
there.
trying to put too much into the story here.
Yeah. And I've wondered if Jerry wasn't slightly modeled after Terrifier 2. She's the warrior.
Oh, she's like the one.
Yeah. Cuz first of all, who the fuck was Jerry? So in the beginning,
Sienna is her name from Terrifier 2.
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the beginning, this whole thing when she's luring the clown over,
Mm-hmm.
right, to the canoe.
Mm-hmm.
That was my question. I even said it out loud. Where the fuck did she get that bow?
Right.
She's running. She's got nothing. They're not near anything that's hers. They're at that dock
Camp.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the lake, which isn't even a camp. You don't see shit that makes it a camp.
There's nothing that looks like a camp at all anywhere in here.
Not one bit. Well, you don't see any camp activities, no kids, no nothing. Anyway, so yeah, it's just this shit going on some nook by the lake. But But anyway, so and then all of a sudden she's carrying this thing around, like
Yeah.
she's an Amazon archer, and just and now she's got ability to see visions and
Right. Like she's Katniss Everdeen.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we've got Hunger Games mixed with Friday the 13th, mixed with Jaws, mixed with Terrifier, and maybe even a little bit of Killer Clowns from
Possibly.
outer space,
Possibly.
right?
I mean,
Pick a lane, man. Pick a lane.
for real, that's the story of this whole film. Pick a lane.
Pretty much, pick a lane.
What
And
do you want your killer to be? What do you want your story to be? Who do you want your story to be about?
mhm,
Because they weren't even sure of that.
right. No, there's a lot of people with a lot of screen time that do a whole lot of nothing.
I mean, Jacob threatens her as main character.
I mean, yeah. And we don't even get like him most of the time. He's his cousin's entity.
And why is the sheriff even there? He does nothing throughout the whole movie.
He didn't even recognize her.
I know.
If I was the sheriff of a small town
He's the most pointless sheriff there ever was.
and I was speaking to the only survivor of this murder spree, 20, 30, 40 years could go by and I would fucking remember her like that.
Yeah.
Right? Do I know you?
Ooh.
Oh, no. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of this. The script could have had a couple more revisions, and I think maybe one more pair of outside eyes,
hmm
right? Not connected to the writer or anyone on the project.
Oh, you mean the
Like,
writer slash director slash star?
yeah, but I mean, so we're working on this script,
hmm
and we have the way we write, right? We've been working on, now we're going on like the third revision,
Right.
and that's going to expand it a bit,
hmm
right? And but we can have these conversations with this person about, hey, this is, thought maybe this or that. It it's the ability to have a conversation with somebody when you read their script to look at them and say, this is not
Working.
great. Right. It's not working. And so now let's move from the writing aspect to our script consulting bit. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're not like you suck.
No.
Okay, A, you don't do that to your friends. But B, we have the ability to completely detach. Because
Right.
while this is fun and this is full of passion, and it's what we do, it's what Cliff and Marty do, it's what everyone, Lowell, all these people, right? Even Anton, he's still plugging away at
Yeah.
Girl Yeti in a spaceship.
I know. It's been like 10 years. No, it
Well,
hasn't been 10
no,
years.
he was our first interview,
I
him
know.
and Carl, and yeah, it was just great. But he's still plugging on it. But the reality is, you do what you do when you can do it, and he's just doing it on his own,
Yeah.
right? But the the point is, we can detach ourselves, where we're not going to speak to them as friends. We're not going to try and hide it, but we're just going to be professional about it.
Yeah.
Like, this is really slow. We had notes all over. This doesn't make sense because none of this other stuff has happened. I guess that's the biggest thing we've always tried to make a point here. Get your script into the hands of somebody who will be honest with you and not try to tell you what you want to hear,
Right.
and not be able to tell you what you need to hear by trying to let you down easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's important. And this script could have used that. Like, what is this conversation? Where does it come from? And I got to the last page. What does it lead to? It's its
Mhm.
own entity. It doesn't need to be here. What are you trying to communicate? And if it's nothing, then it goes. Everything has to move the story forward.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a scene where there's a conversation, okay, the conversation should be based around something that is character building, making us familiar with them. And in there, one of whoever's in there, preferably the star, the main character, reveals like even just like a bit of personality or something that later will come up. So it doesn't have to be plot points, it doesn't have to be all this stuff, but we see a little more humanness,
Right.
a little more humanity.
Yeah.
in the person. Those bits and pieces are okay because they actually will propel forward,
Mm-hmm.
right? This was literally another one of those where I feel like we were just dropped, like a drone fell and then just recorded whatever these people were saying that it fell next to. And they're like, use it. The conversations didn't fit
No,
in a lot of instances. And the ones that did, too long,
too circular.
too circular. Yeah. Just because you keep talking doesn't mean you're actually explaining. And worse, you're not expositing.
Right.
Exposition, everyone tries to get around it. Sometimes you cannot. Use it, lean into it, make it work, make it subtle, make it point blank, make it fit the theme, the feel of what's going on. But have it matter.
Yeah.
Because if we can't hear all of it, we should at least be able to take some of it and apply it elsewhere in the film,
Yeah.
right? But that didn't happen. Maybe the stuff we didn't hear was the stuff that would have worked.
Well, I mean, there was that time that was like, the sheriff was talking about bagging up meth, but it was the
Oh my
mess.
God, yes. So we rewound it, that bit, because I wasn't sure myself,
Yeah.
but you swear you heard meth.
Yeah. I
Well,
was like, I'm sure that's not what he said, but that is what I heard.
clean up all this meth.
Yeah.
So we hit the back, and then the subtitles came on, and the subtitle did say mess, but as I was looking at it and listening, I heard meth
Yeah.
as well.
And I heard meth again.
I was thinking, force of habit, Freudian slip.
No one noticed that in editing.
Oh, clearly.
That's the spelling error that got past all the copy editors.
And I guess what is lacking in the writing, story wise,
Mhm.
plot wise, is there's no sense of unification of these characters,
No.
right? If you're going to have a group of people standing up against the evil, right, they should have some sort of bond.
Right.
But this, again, discordant is the word that I guess is the operational word for this whole thing, this whole coverage,
Mm-hmm.
because it just, nothing led to anything that brought, other than, oh, she had a bow and arrow in the beginning, and all of a sudden she magically, gets to use it again. Why she didn't get to use it on the shark?
I don't know.
I mean, that's where I thought the battle was going to be,
Yeah.
honestly. Not pseudo dead Jacob possessed sort of,
Final battle wasn't even a shark.
no.
It
It
was
just,
just a guy.
yeah, with the mask. And it's just like they fucked the shark off into,
Yeah. If the shark isn't your big bad evil guy, why do you call your movie Clown Shark?
I mean, yeah, that would be like the Terminator, and it's a Pee Wee Herman like character going about his business.
Yeah.
Well, or if they took, if they named Pee Wee's Murphy, oh my God, Pee Wee's movie, The Terminator.
Yeah.
It's not even like a joke, because we would know what the Terminator meant.
No.
Because we would never seen Terminator. It would have been Pee Wee's Big Top. The whole thing about designing story is well, I mean, they ain't, well, and this is the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what I'm going to say. It's the final battle. It should have been a shark.
Right.
Yeah. And I can't explain away anything else. Maybe it's a budget. But you know what? If you're already leaning into it and you already know this fucking shark looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you know how easy it is to film somebody just swinging at empty air and then just move that shark picture, right? Superimpose it and move it? I mean, fucking the whole Harryhausen years of special effects were people acting against shit. They didn't even have green screen, right? So they didn't have the little props and stuff
I know.
to like focus on. They just did the fighting. And then he did the stop motion animation. And like, Sinbad is one of the greatest.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The skeleton scenes,
yeah,
they're actually hitting swords, which is, extremely difficult to do. But this guy was really fucking good. right? But if you're already campy cheesy and you're doing Camp Blood Clown Shark, you've already got a head start.
Just go all in.
Yeah, lean into it. That would have been, you could do some interesting stuff. And it would make us go, what the fuck now? Is it this, that? And that's fine. Maybe we'll laugh. I don't know. But it would have been better.
Yeah.
It would have been better. You got to stick to, I guess, the point of the story, you know?
Right. Which I'm not sure what that was in this case.
Well, it could have been like a hidden PSA. If you have a psychotic killer clown in your family, see something, say something.
Yeah.
Right? Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And don't let it be like the way Jacob explained it. Everyone they thought he was gone many times. What?
I know. If your family is genetically predisposed to clown, becoming homicidal clowns.
Yeah. To the point where you become a possessing demon yourself?
Yeah.
I don't know. Go get that person some help.
Maybe the lesson is if you're taking an urgent trip across 2 states to stop a killer clown, make sure you stop plenty of times for rest along the way.
If she had not have stopped for naps, the rednecks would have been alive. The sheriff would have been alive.
She
right?
could have saved everybody.
Hell, Jacob might have been alive
Maybe
because she'd have been back sooner. But yeah, this chick is just sleep. I drove from Arizona to Madison.
2 states is like 5 hours, maybe,
with breaks along the way.
Yeah,
pit stops and stopping at truck stops, getting meals and stuff. It was 21 hours.
Yeah,
Flagstaff to Madison. All right, she's driving 2 states.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say let's use Montana and North Dakota.
Okay.
Right? They're very long.
Yeah.
And Montana's a big boy, right?
It's true.
Being 2 states away, you could make that trip without requiring even one gotta crawl in the back seat.
Right.
And take a nap.
Right.
Right? Jesus Christ. Maybe that's the message. Maybe that's it. It's kind of a, counterintuitive thing where, they show that and instead of, get your rest, it's like, if you're in a hurry, get there.
I mean, we could make it to Missouri by lunchtime if we started early enough in the morning.
Exactly. I mean, when we went to Georgia, we would have gone straight through, but we had Midge.
Mm-hmm.
There's opportunity to do hotels and pools and, stuff. So, we stopped somewhere in Illinois.
It was
because we lost some time because there was construction.
Kentucky or Tennessee. Kentucky.
Are you sure? Because we stopped. I swear we stopped in. No, we did. We stopped in Illinois. Because they have that town with the weird name and then we were talking about the city that's Fuch, pronounced Fuke, and Google like banned it because it was too much like fuck. Anyway, it was a whole thing. Because we stopped near Tennessee for the Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, we could have power driven that shit.
That's true.
Easily. And if you're leaving your sister because you got there to get away from everything and you're having these visions and bad things are going on, maybe you want to get there as quick as you can.
No, you needed to take rest stops.
Apparently.
For naps and or visions.
Oh, yeah, because there's the ones where she just like happened to have stopped for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't
know. Well.
So that is Camp Blood Clown Shark.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth a watch. Watch it.
Every movie has a lesson.
Every movie has a lesson. And I mean, the lesson, I guess, to the, again, work within your means, lean into some stuff, make the efforts. And they did make the efforts with the practical effects.
Yeah.
I cannot say how much I appreciate that after.
I mean, they didn't really make,
Tired of saying the name.
I don't want to be mean, but anyway, they made the effort with practical effects. That's what I'll say.
Well, yeah, they did. And, money talks.
There we go.
Use what you got. The shark thing was super camp, super 80s.
Yeah.
Reminded me of like the Max Headroom kind of, even that was better stuff. But yeah.
It was a good time.
They made it. And it just needed more money would not have saved it.
No.
It was, again, a couple more revisions in the script, a pair of eyes or 2 or 3 even, not closely related to the whole thing, that could have really pointed out nothing's being said, nothing's what, who is the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the killer? Who are we worried about?
Right.
Kind of thing. But yeah, like I said, there was no camaraderie, there was no real bonds, just random people paired together till one gets killed.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
Music. Folks, no music or spend some time and a little bit of pocket money. There's plenty. Here's the thing. Go to SoundCloud, right? There are so many people out there who, for like nickels, will let you use their track, because we have hundreds of thousands of very talented music makers.
Yeah.
Musicians, singers, combos, the whole thing, right? They're out there trying to get their shit done, and some of them are better than anything I've ever heard on the radio.
Yeah.
But will they get there? Won't they? I don't know. Reach out to those folks and grab some like meaningful music instead of this stock, jaunty.
If you have a
cheap
musician friend who's good,
yeah. Well, that's subjective.
Well, I mean, if you think they're good and you want them to score your movie, ask them. I bet they'd be delighted to score parts.
Oh, absolutely. I would say I think we're good with the heavy metal bands. Seriously,
I mean, it's a horror thing, heavy metal.
Not really. There's a lot of horror movies that have none of that in it. I mean, there's stuff that's just been orchestral scored.
Yeah, but you gotta respect like the Rob Zombie vibes. Come on, they're so goofy.
Anyway, music, like everything else, is taste, but match the tone and tempo to what's going on the screen. Don't just grab something and throw it up. Like I said, that one bit with that super intense, inappropriate music would have been perfect for the end.
There is nothing like good original music.
Oh, no, not at all. And if you can get somebody to do it, and actually you find someone on SoundCloud, you like their sound, reach out to them. Like, hey, between you and me, you got nothing going on. And, you're getting a nickel here, a nickel there. I will give you $100 to give me 2 minutes of track. Doesn't have to be fancy. Doesn't need to be a whole band, right? But just give me something. Here's a sample. Give me a feel, right? Boom, done. You have originally scored music for your film.
Yeah.
And somebody just made $100 and can use that to, maybe move them forward. Anyway, I think that about covers.
That about wraps it up.
Yeah. Worth a watch. Do with it what you will.
You know what else is worth checking out?
Would that be our website?
lordsofmisruleproductions.com.
Bam. Everything's there. You know how it is, folks.
Yep. Check out Bravo for the B-Side podcast page and our other stuff. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, share.
Yep. Check out Patreon. Sign
Hit
up.
all those buttons.
Yeah. $5 a month. Kaboom.
If you have worked on something, or you know someone who's done something, or you want us to cover something just because you like it or because you hate it, I don't know. Reach out to us. Our only requirement is that it is an independent film or a B movie under our very loose classifications of what those are.
And that we have access to it.
Yeah, we have to be able to watch it.
Yeah. So if you got something on a thumb drive and hasn't quite made it out there, we'll still cover it.
Yeah.
If
we can watch it, we'll talk about it.
Yep. And, see if that'll help get enough attention for you to get it on a service or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or maybe you do something in film and you want to talk to us.
So yeah, anything you've done in a film, we would love to hear from you. We'd love to talk about the experience. And we said everything from craft services to production designs, AD, whatever.
Yeah. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
Guess where our email is? It's on our website.
It's on the website. If you want to hear it, info@lordsofmisruleproductions.com. And if you don't think you can remember that, just go to lordsofmisruleproductions.com or look up Bravo on the B-Side. Bravo for Or look up Bravo for the B-side in
Yeah.
the podcast and click the go to our website link, and you have to think about the name.
Yeah, or contact us on social media or, wherever you find us.
Pretty much only Instagram and Facebook at this point. Yeah. So anyway. B-siders. A lot of good stuff here. See Sinners.
Oh, yeah. Sinners is great if you haven't seen it.
Because a lot of things are being said about Coogler, and they're all spot on. And this is a very talented man. Michael B. Jordan, also extremely talented. And I don't even think we're like at the bottom. We haven't come close to getting to the summit on their what they're going to give us in the years to come.
I'm excited.
But it's seldom that a horror movie wins anything.
Yeah.
At Oscars. So please see it, because we've said it before, it's cinematically beautiful. We could never cover it on this show because it's not a B movie.
So go check it out. Reach out to us.
Yeah.
All the stuff.
And in the meantime, do your stuff, make your stuff, support one another.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not going to sign up for our Patreon, make it a mission to sign up for somebody.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Okay. Because it's, let's just
support a creative somewhere.
Yeah. And I know, $5 a month here can certainly turn into like, $400 a month.
Yeah.
If you keep it up, but do what you can. All right. With that, that's going to be it for us, B-siders.
We'll catch you next time.
This is Jim.
And this is Danny.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.